name's Dakota Cooper. This is my S10 Life Members Machines video. A little bit to know about me before I start. From Hancock County, Kentucky, about 40 minutes away from S10 Life headquarters. Really good place to need parts or have a good time. They're always there and they've been really good with me. I'm a little bit different when it comes to these videos. Most people have maybe 1 or 2 trucks. I have 10. Yes, I know, 10 trucks and 9 of them are S-Series. It's kind of a bit of a problem. So this video, I want to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit broken up into each individuals. Go just real quick over each individual truck and we'll get started. Right now, I'm back here when I call my junker row. And the reason I'm starting back here is because I want to start with my very first one. This is Little Red. This one, my S-Series life started way before I was born. My dad bought this truck April 14th in 2000, bought it brand new. And I was born in 2001. So I have known this truck my entire life. Always loved this little truck, and when I turned 15 years old, my dad handed me the keys. It was my first truck. Drove it all over the country, been on many great adventures with it, and kind of heartbreakingly, she sits here 2020 coming home from work, had an unfortunate accident, and it pretty much had saved my life. If this truck wouldn't have held up as good as it, I probably would not be here talking to y'all today. Which there is good news and everything. It always gets brighter at the end of the tunnel. Right next to me, you'll see in a little bit later in the video, got a parts truck. My plan is to eventually, I'm going to do a frame off restoration, tear it down, because I know the frame and most of the sheet metal is bent and beyond repair, but hopefully I can at least save the cab because that's what matters to me. But I got this parts truck over here, y'all will see in a little bit, and that has majority of the parts, and hopefully we'll start on that. I'm not going to start on it now because I've got way too many projects, and I honestly do not have the facilities to do a frame off full sandblasting restoration. Y'all have to see that. But yeah, this is truck number 1. In this video, I'm gonna go through all 10 of them in order. Some of them will be a little bit shorter because I just got a couple parts trucks and throughout that. Well, let's get started. This is the second truck in my collection, or the second one I acquired. Bought this truck and actually, I bought this truck for a parts truck in 2019 for Little Red, and I got it home. I had a knocking 2.2, but the body and all the parts are in good shape. Got it home, started looking at it, and I was like, I couldn't bring myself to tear this truck apart. So we found another 2.2 and stuck in it, and just been driving it. This truck's name is LS Red, so LS Blue. I really like his truck, and about that time I had Little Red. I seen the name LS Blue, and I just went with LS Red. This truck is getting a lot of special treatment this year. It's getting an LS swap, which everybody says, oh, that's not going to be exciting, and S10 was an LS swap. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more spicier than just your typical LS swap truck. Built 5.3, built 4L60 that I've built both the motor and transmission and the rear axles going in it. If you want to see more of this, go to JTR Performance, where we have had this thing on the dyno in stock 4-cylinder. It made a whopping 95 horsepower. I think we could do a little bit better than that. Couple quick short ones here. This is one of the parts trucks. When I was talking about Little Red, the parts truck, I'm going to use a lot of parts off of it. This is one of them. It's 1998, 4-cylinder automatic, nothing really spectacular. I bought it for scrap price. No title, unfortunately, but a lot of the front clip parts that are usable and the frame and the rolling chassis is going to be used to rebuild Little Red.
Besides that, she's just one of my parts trucks. I've got another one back here. I'll show y'all in a second, but it's nothing really special, but it's nice to have them. I saved it going from the crusher, so I figured parts are worth more than it going to scrap, so I saved it. This here is the last of my parts trucks. It's also a 1998 V6 automatic that I've pulled parts off of it. This one actually has a name. This is going to be Boosted Clifford. So if you go to JTR Performance's Facebook page and YouTube, you'll see the race car, Boosted Barney. It's a purple Trans Am, pretty quick, very quick car. This one day will be the equivalent to that in S10. Full tube chassis, 6-liter motor, but I just don't have the funds to do that currently at the moment, especially with me building my other LS swap truck. But for what I paid for, again, I saved this one from the crusher. It was going to scrap, and I bought it for scrap. So that's what the plans for it. Won't happen anytime soon, but they will definitely happen. This is my next truck. This is one I call Ellie. It's a 1996 Chevy S10 that was special ordered in 1996, so it's a pretty fancy truck. Power windows, power locks, a little bit on the fancier side of trim. I bought it shortly after I wrecked Little Red because I kind of like having the two trucks. And this truck I have put all new front end, new control arm, springs, everything from the steering shaft down all the way to the outer tie rods is all new. Been a good little truck. Quick story with this one. I worked at Walmart Auto Care Center, and I came into work and a lady stopped me. She asked me if I was the owner of this truck. I said I was the owner, and she said my dad had painted this truck and make this truck look like the way it sits. He sold the truck to the dealership I bought it from, and they went to go buy it back, and they were told that the truck went to Arkansas. I guess they just didn't want to let them know where it actually went or if there was some confusion or not, but they did. They didn't want to buy it back. They just wanted to know that it was very well taken care of, and I've been taking very good care of it. This whole girl's got 330,000 miles, but it drives and runs just like a brand new one. This is my next truck. We call her Old Red, or I just call her Grandma. She's a 1982 Chevy S10, built in November of 1981, so she was built very early, within the first 3 or 4 months of S10 production, so we call her Grandma. 2.8 automatic air conditioning, pretty loaded truck for 1982. We bought it. If you have seen the video of Iron Duke, that is the truck that I bought my dad, the 88 square body. After I gave that one to him, I kind of like driving that square body. So we kind of started looking, and we found this girl. Had a bad transmission, but being a 1980 first year truck and the options, it had a bad tranny, but we ended up buying it. The transmission that it originally came with was like a turbo 200 3-speed. Couldn't find one. We ended up finding another S10 that somebody was parting out, and we put a $700 floor behind it. Besides that, we've cleaned it up tremendously. And if you look at the wheels and tires, if you notice in that video at the time that Iron Duke had the rally wheels, he went with weld wheels, and we ended up putting these on this truck. Been a pretty good old truck. I don't drive it every day like I do the others, but every now and then on the weekends on a nice summer day, I'll pull her out and whip out the old square body. This is Brandy. This is a 2000 Chevy S10. If you notice, Little Red was also a 2000 Chevy S10. Wasn't planning on buying another one, but we went to an auction, and in the back row there was another red 2000 Chevy S10. The only difference between this and Little Red is Little Red was black interior and was a 4-cylinder 5-speed. This one's the gray interior with a V6 automatic. It's a little bit different, but paid $1,200 for this truck. It ran and drove. The only thing I've put into it, I put a radiator on it, and I had to put a distributor. The distributor, it was no good. If you notice on this, it's got a lot of, like, the bug shield, the grill, the tail lights you can hardly see in the back. Most of these parts either I've had off of Little Red, like the grill is Little Red's grill. I mean, it's got a lot of parts. It's about as close to Little Red as I can get. The wheels, So here's a funny story on these wheels. So Little Red had not these exact wheels, but the same style of wheels. And they're pretty hard to find a wheel. And I wanted another set because Little Reds, they're not bent in the accident. They're still okay, but they were 20 years old, had 250,000 miles on them. They were roughed up pretty bad. I got them put away now, but these wheels, could not find another set. Ended up going looking in the marketplace and found another set of these wheels and tires until we seen the location, and they were in Chicago, Illinois. About a 6-hour drive one way. Yeah, I'm about the only person to be dumb enough to drive to Chicago, Illinois from Hallsville, Kentucky. About a six-hour drive for just a set of wheels and tires. We get down there, and if you've ever seen Garage Squad, there's an episode with a Turbo Nova. In the beginning of the video, when they find the car, these are the exact wheels and tires that were on. Not the tires, but these are the same wheels that were on that Nova. So this quick fun fact, if you ever go watch that video, you'll see these exact wheels. And as of right now, these are the only two sets of these wheels, the ones I have in the garage, and these are about the only two that I know of around here anyway. But besides that, she's my daily, and I like it. Reminds me a lot of Little Red, a lot of good times and that old first truck. This is my latest purchase. She does not have a name yet. I'm still debating on it. It's a 1998 Chevy S10 four-wheel drive. My dad actually had bought this truck about a year ago, roughly in the neighborhood, and he was going to end up getting rid of it, so I ended up buying it from my dad. Kind of nice to have four-wheel drive, especially where we live, where it gets snow in. The roads are not that great. It's nice to have a four-wheel drive. Plans for it, eventually going to put a little bit of a lift, nothing too big, maybe a little bit different set of tires on it. But these wheels, S10 Life, we bought the wheels from S10 Life, and besides that, I ain't really done a whole lot yet. Just got it not that long ago, but there's going to be some plans for it. We're going to dollar her up a little bit, make her look a little bit nice. Got new headlights, turn signals, the basics, but we'll do some bigger stuff come springtime. This truck right here, as you can obviously tell, is not at home with the rest of them. This is a little place I'll work on my trucks at, and it's getting a transmission. I had to. So this truck started out, a buddy of mine was gonna go buy it. He didn't end up buying it. I bought it from a guy. I mean, this truck, honestly, it deserves a whole other video for the history on it and everything that's associated with this truck. But if you remember, Iron Duke was the truck I gave to my dad. After I got him, I ended up giving this one to my mom. So this is one that I've done for her. Paid $300 for it. It's a 1996 step side, 4.3 automatic. It's only got 87,000 original miles. And when I bought it, it's a very long story, but I bought it with motor transmission sitting in the bed of the truck. Motor was no good. Transmission, well, we thought was good, but ended up having to pulling it back out and doing some work to it to get it straight back to square one. But this was Joycey. The name, here's an interesting story. The reason this truck's name is Joycey is because the original owner, so the guy I bought it from, his mom bought it brand new, and her name was Joyce. So we decided to carry the theme and call her Joycey. Now this truck is a little bit of a bonus. As you may be wondering, yes, it is not a Chevy S10, and yes, I know that. This is something I bought to haul the race car trailer, my little car hauler around, because I've got so many projects that we were kind of getting to the point where we needed something to haul all of our race car trailers and something that I can take across country to gather parts and whatnot. It's Missy. This is a 2015 Chevy Colorado Z71. Been a good little truck. Had a little hail damage, so replaced the hood with a ZR2 hood, but for a car hauler / just daily driver, it does pretty good. So that's gonna conclude this video, my Members Machines video. If there's any trucks that y'all want to know more details or more specs or more stuff, definitely let me know, and then I'll go more in-depth to that vehicle. I've got so many, if I were to go to in-depth in the one video, we would be here a couple hours. But that's what I got. Everybody stay safe. Have a good time.